Up next on Biblical Universe, ever wondered about carbon dating? How does it work? Where did it come from? And just how do they count single atoms? Join us as we travel inside a carbon dating laboratory to unlock the mystery of how it works. Our atmosphere is made up of many gases. Just a very small trace of it is carbon dioxide, a mere 39 thousandths of a percent. What is carbon dioxide, and how could it be used to tell us how old something is? Atomic theory reveals that everything in the entire universe is made up of only three very tiny things: a proton, an electron, and a neutron. 8 protons, 8 neutrons, and 8 electrons, and you have oxygen. 26 protons, 30 neutrons, iron. 2 protons, 2 neutrons, helium. 82 protons, 126 neutrons, lead. 79 protons, 118 neutrons, gold. 47 protons, 60 neutrons, silver. 1 proton, 0 neutrons, hydrogen. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, carbon. Amazingly, using only the 93 atoms in different quantities gives you everything. Money, salt, food, cars, tires, asphalt, plants, wood, leather, glass, swimming pool, water, rocket fuel, and apples. Back to our carbon dioxide. It is just one carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms bound together. The carbon atom alone is made up of 6 protons and 6 neutrons. Most atoms can exist with slightly different amounts of neutrons, but still have the same properties. We call these isotopes. Carbon has 3 isotopes: carbon-12 with 6 neutrons, carbon-13 with 7 neutrons, and carbon-14 with 8 neutrons. You might think that carbon-14 comes from carbon-12. Just add 2 neutrons, right? Actually, carbon-14 has an entirely different origin that begins high up in our atmosphere and not with carbon atoms at all. The sun emits cosmic radiation. This radiation usually is in the form of just a single proton traveling at tremendous speed. Some of this radiation makes it through the Earth's magnetic field. It then smashes into atoms in the upper atmosphere with such force that it shatters the atom. This sends the proton and neutrons of that atom crashing into other atoms. Nitrogen gas. It is the source of carbon-14. Nitrogen is made up of 7 protons and 7 neutrons. During the collision, a proton is lost, but the neutron is captured. Now the atom has 6 protons and 8 neutrons, a mass of 14. In an instant, the nitrogen gas becomes a carbon solid, carbon-14. Let's take some soil dry it totally, and weigh it. It weighs 307 pounds dry. Now we plant a tree in a closed pot. The tree weighs 165 pounds dry. We wait 5 years and water the tree with only distilled water. The dried tree now weighs 412 pounds. How much do you think the dry soil weighs? 306.9 pounds. Basically the same. The tree gained 247 pounds. But if it did not get it from the soil, then where did it come from? Surprisingly, the air. A tree is mostly just carbon from carbon dioxide in the air. That's right. This tree you are looking at, with all of its strong, hard mass, is built from air.